Giving should be entered into in just the same way as investing. Giving is investing. Giving is the secret to a healthy life. Not necessarily money, but whatever a person has to give of encouragement, sympathy, and understanding. Charity is injurious unless it helps the recipient to become independent of it. I believe it is a religious duty to get all the money you can, fairly and honestly, to keep all you can, and to give away all you can. I believe the power to make money is a gift from God, to be developed and used to the best of our ability for the good of mankind. I believe in the supreme worth of the individual and in his right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I think it is a man's duty to make all the money he can, keep all that he can, and give away all that he can. I have no use for men who fail. The cause of their failure is no business of mine, but I want successful men as my associates. I never placed my head upon the pillow at night without reminding myself that my success might only be temporary. You know that great prejudice exists against all successful business enterprise. The more successful, the greater the prejudice. The man will be most successful who confers the greatest service on the world. I had no ambition to make a fortune. Mere money making has never been my goal. I had an ambition to build. A man's wealth must be determined by the relation of his desires and expenditures to his income. Money is a way of keeping count on how well you're doing in business. A man's word should be as good as his bond, that character, not wealth or power or position, is of supreme worth. The world owes no man a living, but that it owes every man an opportunity to make a living. I saw a marvelous future for our country, and I wanted to participate in the work of making our country great. The impression was gaining ground with me that it was a good thing to let the money be my slave and not make myself a slave to money. I never would have been able to tithe the first $1 million I ever made if I had not tithed my first salary, which was $1.50 per week. I believe that love is the greatest thing in the world, that it alone can and will triumph over might. Perseverance can overcome all obstacles. Even the laws of nature cannot stop it. I know of nothing more despicable and pathetic than a man who devotes all the hours of the waking day to the making of money for money's sake. I believe that every right implies a responsibility, every opportunity, an obligation, every possession, a duty. Showing average people how to do work of superior people is good leadership. A friendship founded on business is better than a business founded on friendship. Next to doing the right thing, the most important thing is to let people know you are doing the right thing. After it is all over, the religion of man is his most important possession. There is nothing in this world that can compare with the Christian fellowship, nothing that can satisfy but Christ. Never was I power thirsty, or trying to control everyone. I believed in educating everyone, so they could all get to the position I was at. The best philanthropy is constantly in search of the finalities, a search for a cause, an attempt to cure evils at their source. I cheat my boys every chance I get. I trade with the boys and skin 'em, and I just beat 'em every time I can. I want to make 'em sharp. Oh, how blessed young men are who have to struggle for a foundation and beginning in life. The man who is holding on by the eyelids and is ignorant of his costs, and anyway he's got to keep running or bust. It is very important to remember what other people tell you, not so much what you yourself already know. The ability to deal with people is as purchasable a commodity as sugar or coffee. And I will pay more for that ability. Good management consists in showing average people how to do the work of superior people. I would rather earn 1% off of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. Capital and labor are both wild forces which require intelligent legislation to hold them in restriction. Don't blame the marketing department. The buck stops with the chief executive. I can think of nothing less pleasurable than a life devoted to pleasure. Do you know the only thing that gives me pleasure? It's to see my dividends coming in. The man who starts out simply with the idea of getting rich won't succeed. You must have a larger ambition. The art of concentrating the mind on the thing to be done at the proper time and to the exclusion of everything else? There is no feeling in this world to be compared with self-reliance. Do not sacrifice that to anything else. The most important thing for a young man is to establish a credit, a reputation, character. If you want to succeed, you should strike out on new paths, rather than travel the worn paths of accepted success. Success of any kind is the quality of perseverance. It overcomes almost everything.